Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Doing something a little bit different today that I haven't really shown a whole lot of yet. I'll be showing quite a bit more, I'm sure. Everything's still trying to fall into place, and the channel's coming together. I'm doing it on my spare time, so I'm not overly concerned about it. But we do have chickens, and I'll probably be making some chicken videos here and there as things come up. But I live in Michigan, and it is now, November 26th? So it gets cold here. So I'm going to be adding a bucket heater to my chicken's water bucket. This isn't their bucket. Their bucket has the nipples on the bottom and everything. It's out in the coop. I brought it in just so this is the lid off of their bucket, so I can know how much of this lid I have to cut to fit this heater in there and take it back out there and put it on theirs. So what I'm going to end up doing is just cutting the lip up out here enough for this wire to come up and over. I'll show you guys what I end up coming up with, but I've heard really good things about these, especially in smaller containers, like 5-gallon buckets. It's not like it's in 100-gallon watering trough. So an actual trough heater would be way too much of an overkill. And I've heard about melting the bucket and stuff. So this is supposed to be 100% safe for plastic buckets. Plenty warm enough. It says keeps buckets of up to 16 gallons ice free, thermostatically controlled, so it turns on and off on its own when it senses the temperature low enough that it needs to do something. So I'll check back with you guys, give you guys a little update here in just a second as I move along. So basically here's the setup and the issue with the setup. The heater goes down in the bucket, the cord comes up, goes through here, keep everything tight, compact. Comes down the side over here, out, and you can run it wherever you want to. The reason I need to cut the lid is because the lid does not go on with that in there. So we're just simply gonna notch it out and around, so that'll fit up in through there. And I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. So all I ended up doing here was with a pair of tin snips, cut that piece out of the top of my bucket. I basically just went outside of a rib on here, outside of a rib on here, and then cut across. And that's what you end up with sticking out the top of the bucket. So next stop from here will be out into the coop, and it'll be on their actual water bucket. Okay, here we are now out at the coop. The girls are curious to what's going on. Chick, 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 chick. So this is their actual bucket. Here's the water I use. You can see it got cold last night. This one froze up. They're a little stiff. Off to get something and push them. This is my first year with chickens. This is going to be definitely, obviously, my first year running this setup, but I've heard great things about it. So it's down there in the bucket. You can see the nipples poking, they'll be exposed, all of that will stay. What I have here is a piece of copper pipe to help keep the algae growth down. If anybody's having problems with algae in their water and you haven't tried putting copper in with their water, give it a try. I don't remember what size piece this actually is. I just went to Home Depot and bought it off of the shelf just like that. Brought it home, dropped it in the bucket, and it fit. So helped out immensely. So what we're gonna do from here, the lid comes over, the lid goes on up through the top of their coop area. I ran the power wire down, and I'm just gonna plug it in right here. It's gonna be kind of a temporary thing. If I have issues with it, I may come in and put the wire inside of some PVC pipe so they can't mess with it, can't do anything. But for right now, that's the route I'm gonna go and see how it works. Here's another little, we live in the city, we're limited on space because of the yard, but we're also limited by local ordinances and stuff as to how many chickens we can actually have. So this is what I came up with for our little city coop. We had 5 chickens. We ended up with a 6th. That one right there. She was running the neighborhood for like 3 weeks. Somebody was saying, I don't know whose chicken it is, but I got a chicken that comes to my house every day, whatever. So we ended up going over, and I caught her and bring her over here with the girls. At some point, I'll put together a much better video walkthrough and whatever. Farm light, solar powered chicken door. I mean, everything's pretty much simplified here. You know, I mean, I got buddies out in, the countries and this and that, and this is like the Hilton for chickens. So did it all myself. Had never done any of it before. I'm not a carpenter by trade. I've built a few things, helped people do some building over the years, but this is what I came up with. Alright, let me get this hooked up. I got some other stuff going on inside the house to get around and take care of, but I want to make sure the girls were fine this morning. So talk to you guys later. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you for anybody that takes the time to check in periodically, subscribes or whatever, and just follows the random things I have going on over here. I appreciate it, and I hope I can help somebody out based on my videos. So thank you.